I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, I'm back in the basement for some more Viper action. Actually, I never did leave. I just continued on from the last take there, but I had to put an end to it because it was probably like 7 hours long. I still have yet to edit it. Can't wait for that. I might stop actually watching the entire, I watch pretty much every second that I record. So if I record for an hour, it takes minimum 1 hour for me to edit, because I watch it, I listen to it, I edit out all the stupid stuff I say, which would be down to like 4 minutes if I actually truly did edit all the stupid shit I said, because I say a lot. Anyway, it takes forever to edit, but I'm getting to the point where I might start just not watching every minute of it and skipping 5-10 minutes at a time. We'll see. The quality may be even leppier than it was before. So look forward to that. Anyway, what I have done is check out these sexy new washers that I installed into this transformer panel board. That is a 0-cent upgrade. And here are the old washers. So I thought at first, oh, maybe I could tumble them and clean them, but no, forget that. We'll just do that. So we got good voltages now on our rectifier board. So the next thing, I guess, is to connect the head. Here's the playfield. I repin that. That can go in there now. And next thing is this guy. So this cord is long enough that, you know what? I could actually repin this, which is what I'm going to do now. And I can plug it in right here. And that will benefit me in a couple ways. One, I can just easily test stuff here if needed. I don't know about easily. That's kind of low, and I'm old and my back's cranky. But I don't really want to put on the head until I have repaired this piece of wood. So I can get away with just plugging this in like this. So first things first, grab a new housing, because this one burnt off. And these two guys go on the end here. So this housing should actually be 2 positions longer. Hopefully I have one. If not, you can break it up into a couple parts if needed. I hope I don't have to do that. Let's go for a little tour. Oh, we're here. Let's see. No, that's Gottlieb edge connectors. That ain't gonna cut it. I just ordered a few of these housings. I think I got the longest ones available. This is looking promising. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got lots of room to work with. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to sit on my butt. This can be my little workbench, like so. It'll be nice and casual. I'll repin this, plug it in, and then we can start working on the solenoid driver board. Okay, I'm nearing completion, but look who has come to investigate. It's Ellie the Inspector Cat. What do you think, Ellie? Do you approve yet? No, she's got to do a little more thorough examination. Well, I appreciate you checking in. And where are you off to? Are you going to jump inside like you often do? Or you're going to check my parts supplies? Okay, that's fine. You're very, very squawky. You're very, very squawky. But that's what makes you such a good inspector. So, all right, I got to get back to work here. I'll let you do your thing. So I ended up finding a housing that was the exact length needed. So I did not have to cut the housing. I was just installing the little key plug here. I got to cut that off when Ellie arrived. And these two wires, I got to figure out where they go. I mean, it's 50-50 shot, right? So, may not even matter. Maybe it's like general illumination coming in and general illumination going out. So, if it's AC voltage, I don't know. I'm just talking out my butt because I do that. So, I'm going to check some schematics and attach those connectors. What I do is I just snip this off and I file it down nice and flat so that it's not sticking out a bit, because just snipping it isn't good enough. Oh, and I had a couple more parts that I had ordered for my repinning stuff, and I just opened the bag and just like replenished a couple things. And in that bag was Midwest Gaming Classic Flyer. Maybe I'll hang that somewhere. A thank you card from Pinball Life. So that's pretty cool. And check this out. It's probably just a fuse. Sincerely, Pinball Life. Which it looks like it's a sticker. So this is pretty sweet. I don't have this one. I'm going to happily find a home for that. Okay, I pulled up some schematics. This is for Flight 2000, which should be pretty darn near identical. So here we have the wiring for the transformer. The power supply right here, J1, J2, and J3 connector. Check this out. Pin 1, general illumination return back box. Pin 2, general illumination return back box. Sometimes I almost know what I'm talking about. So whether it matters which way they go, probably not, but just to be safe, I'll double check, investigate a little further. But yeah, I'm on to something. All right, I found the schematics portion of the power supply. And check this out, J3 connector. Pin 1 is green. Pin 2 is white. And they're both the same. So I really don't think it matters. Look, they both connect here. I don't know, they all connect. But at least I'll go with that. Pin 1 is green. This is what I mean about filing that nice and flat, so that when you install it, it's as close to the board as it can get. So let's feed this in here. Well, I gotta write repinned on that, although it's kind of obvious, but I should do that. And it's going to be very snug. That's beautiful. Plug in this guy. He looks all gross now compared. Plug in this guy. Okay. Now, ooh, jeez. I've got to assess what the heck is going on with this. Or, yeah, you know what? We could possibly just turn on the machine with nothing plugged in. And will we get pretty lights at least if we do that? We might. Unplug that. Yeah, so let me just kind of situate this back box here, and then we'll turn on the power. Okay, I've got pretty much everything disconnected. There's one connector in the lamp lamp driver board. There's a couple connectors in the soundboard, but I think that'll be fine. Nothing's connected really except the ribbon cables to the MPU. I'm thinking we might at least get to see, what do we got? A whole 4 light bulbs in the back box. I do have solenoid driver removed. The high voltage section looks a little toasty. And we actually are missing R74, it looks like. So I might bust out my Alltech solenoid driver, my test board, and maybe a Weebly MPU for starters, just so I can get this ball rolling, because I'm not sure if I'll use this or not, or if I'll send it out for repair. You know, like I said, these have been replaced, so that's not really a good sign. But, you know, if it's working, it's working. Okay, so with all 3 connectors plugged into the power supply, let's fire this on and hope nothing blows. Oh, and I tightened the power switch because it was loose, so I laid on my back with the pliers and got that little nut tight. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. We've got 1 light bulb here. Oh, this one is very finicky. But what do we got over here? We got nothing. Well, let's take this known bulb, known working bulb, and hey, look at that! We've got action. All right. So these 4 bulbs are bad, or just, ooh, yeah, that glass is spinning. Very crusty, very crusty. Okay, that ain't gonna work. But look at this. We have AC voltage going to the back box. That is a start. I'll put this back in here because that's really my only indication to know whether the machine is on or off at this point. I guess there is the playfield GI too, so we've got a good 6 bulbs working on the playfield. Okay. Next step is to bust out my Alltech solenoid driver board, but I'm going to take a break, as in I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it's been a couple days since the last clip, and a lot of crap has happened in the interim. I accepted delivery of Batman Dark Knight from 2008. I'm very excited about it. It's in nice condition, but you know the routine. Currently, I have no friggin' space for it, so I had to stick it at storage, sadly. But as soon as my X-Files sells, I listed it recently. If you want to buy this, come a knocking. Then I'll bust out Batman Dark Knight, and I will put it there. Also, I got a random call about a roller disco the same day. This is yesterday, actually, and had to go pick that up too. So I got me a roller disco. That's also currently in storage. Good thing I am semi-retired, because I'm gonna need a friggin' lifetime to go through all of these machines. Okay, also, I was able to get rid of some cords and cables at my desk, because at Forked River on Tuesday night, came in second to Julie Dorsers. She kicked my butt on Rush, and I won this USB cable. And I thought it was just like a USB micro, and I was not all that thrilled about it. But when I opened it up, it's actually a multi-USB cable. So I've got my USB-C, my USB micro. I don't need the iPhone one, but now I freed up a plug and got rid of all this extra crap. So that's a bonus. And I just made a shelf for Mr. Pineapple Shenanigans, because he couldn't fit here anymore because Adam's family. And you know, down here, can't really see him all that well. So I made him his very own shelf. Oh, another thing that happened is that fellow Shenanigander D. Dummer sent me an email, which I opened yesterday. And that is the friggin' intro you just saw at the beginning of this video. How frickin' cool is that? I haven't edited it yet, but I'm going to. I love that. It is the best thing since sliced bread. Thank you, D Dummer. Love the action. Keep it coming. It's so cool. And, okay, what else? I was going to say something else. Lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, the last video. I apologize. It was friggin' an hour and 22 minutes. Like, holy shit, man. I could have condensed that shit into probably 40 minutes. I spent an hour on the friggin' 5 volts. So, future episodes, I'm going to try and keep under an hour. Because even editing it, I'm like, oh man, this is kind of boring. I was skipping through a bunch of stuff. So I didn't even really fully go through it all like I normally do and listen to every second. I just like skipped it because I'm like, there's no way. 97% of people who started this video are not finishing it. So anyway, another thing, went to the, what's it called? The Forest City Surplus local store that has a bunch of random crap. And look what I bought me. Brand new, shiny, 340/90 plug-ins. Got a 4-pack. So I can replenish my stock. And also, I went and visited Kevin. And look what I got. Got me a piece of wood. Hopefully, I gave Kevin the right measurements. Hopefully they're accurate enough. We're going to do the test right now. Where are my notes? Did I throw them out? Here. My first notes were on a smaller piece of paper, so I made them on a bigger piece of paper to attempt to make it a little more legible. 20 1/8 long, 1 11/16 tall. That's the front view, like so. Eh? And then there's the top side view. So this gap's supposed to be 3/4, and this is about 3/8. That's just if my measurements are even correct, but we're going to find out here live, right here, right now. I've got a nail in the way. I'm going to go get me some side cutters, because it ain't going to fit if that's in the way. 1 second. All right, here we go. Let's yoink this out. Oh, don't yoink out the whole effing wood. You poo head. Okay, flattened out. Okay. Ready for it? Let's see what we get. Little side to side, that's fine. Ooh, that's pretty damn good. It is maybe a snitch, a little taller than it needs to be, or maybe I'm running into some interference. But I think once the head is on top, I don't think that like 16th is going to matter. So have a look at that. Beautiful. All right. I'll just muster up some dirty gray paint, and because this is like 2 different shades of gray here. The back is a little different than that. I'm not going to try and match it perfectly. I'm just going to slather on something that looks remotely similar. But yeah, there's that. So that's a bonus. And what else we got? Okay, so I think the plan of attack today is to bust out a brand new solenoid driver board, a brand new MPU, plug everything in, and turn it on and see what kind of life we get. I'll have to clean up the rust and corrosion on the back box first. Just use a Dremel or something. So I'll remove all the boards and really give it a decent go. Maybe I'll install the head now that I can. I guess I kind of got to wait for some glue to dry, because I'll put in a couple of nails here. Well, maybe I don't have to. It would be nice if I could install the head and work on it without having to bend over like 90 degrees. So, all right, I'm going to do some things. Okay, so what I have discovered is that this back piece is loose. So I widened the gap with a hammer so I can cram some wood glue in there. I just found these tiny little linoleum nails in my stash, and they're long enough that they That's the second one I dropped. These things are friggin' slippery. That should be enough to secure it. So whack a bunch of those in there. I'll glue this up, do some nailing, get some more glue under these guys. And then this will go nice and flush. And then this should end up being flush in the grand scheme of things. So that's my plan. By golly, I think it's actually working. You need friggin' needle nose to hold these little suckers. Nice and flush. Do one more so you can feel the satisfaction along with me. Yeah, look at that. That is a beautiful thing. Just take my wet cloth. I crammed in enough glue in there that ain't going anywhere. Alright, I added some glue to these guys. Bang them down. Now, for the final piece of the equation, or of the puzzle. It's a 4-piece puzzle here, boys and girls. Actually, you know what? It's 8 if you include the 4 little corner blocks, but it's actually 7-piece puzzle because I'm missing a corner block. But, oh, I should add a little bit of glue to the ends, because why not? Like so, and like so. It's easy to wipe off with a hot, damp cloth, so the more the merrier. Okay, check it out. Now that I kind of got rid of this gap, this is perfectly flush now. Per fucking fectly. That's what I'm trying to say. I was trying to abbreviate it. Per effing fectly. Oh, geez, that's all over the map here. Found 4 fresh, rusty nails. And you know what? I think that is causing havoc. So I need to maybe do a little drilling first. So anyway, you get the hint. We can't be an hour and a half here, so I'll show you the finished product. Okay, I got my piece of wood secured, and now I'm having fun with paint. I was going to make my own gray, but then I found some of Jamie's artist loft paint that's gray, but it's a little too dark, so just mixing in a bit of white, and got to get it a little lighter. So, you know, gray's gray, right? Probably only 4,000 different shades of gray. Wait a minute, isn't there a movie or show or something based on that? The 50 Shades of Grey. I haven't seen it. I don't know much about it, but it's a thing apparently. Anyway, that should do the trick. Look at that. Perfect match. If it doesn't look perfect, it's most likely the hue or the tint adjustment on the CRT television set that you're watching this video on. But it is like definitely in real life perfect. Alright, got my cord clipped using my old lamp to the desk here, and it is surgery time. Okay, happy to report that surgery is going well. Turns out this is a real old ass cord, and I don't recall if I've done one of these or not before, but I always, every time I replace a plug, I go to Vid's Guide on Pinside, and it's a very thorough explanation on how to do it. And so if you look real closely, you can see the left side of the cord is smooth. That means it is neutral, aka white, aka silver screw. The right side of the cord, if you look closely, it's got little ribs on it. That means that is the hot side, aka black side, aka brass screw. And notice there's not a lot of copper strands spayed or strayed or frayed anywhere. Obviously green goes to green. You guys can figure that one out though. And yeah, so that's about it. A few more screws. Oh, also very important, don't forget to put this on first, because if you learn that lesson the hard way, that would suck. There we go, $4 upgrade and a major safety improvement. Less chance of me electrocuting myself to death now. And that's a nice snug fit. Guess what I forgot to factor in? The old notch for the power cord. And there we go, much better. All right, check this out. We have got a head installed onto the body for the first time in probably a bunch of years, because I know Mitch never tested this game out. So, oh, I did also find a few rusty screws, red Robbies, in the head there. I was commenting on how solid the cabinet was, I think in the first video, but there is that one whammy. I don't know, I don't really see any associated damage. Like, it all still looks pretty good. So did they just figure that they needed to remove one side to get it through a doorway or something? Do you think that's what it is? If so, then that is a little sad and dumb, because you can remove the head, people. So speculation though. Have a look here. Let's see what this looks like. It's a mighty fine notch, I would say so myself. That color match is friggin' damn good, wouldn't you say? Hey, we got a little bit of graffiti. Let's see. 1989. No initials though. A few scratches back there. No fun graffiti. Just a date. A little whammy there. Some lipstick there. But no scores etched on the sides. That's always fun. It's a little piece of the individual game's history. Hey, note to self. I have serial number 50069er. Oh my. 50069. So, we can check that out in the old serial number pinball database. Just for fun, see if this has been registered. But let's just triple, quadruple check here that is actually, that is a 50069. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay, I'm gonna go get me a couple circuit boards. We're gonna turn this sucker on. Hey, get out of here. But first, I'm gonna just clean up some rust and crud and replace some nasty screws. Just a quick side note on this perfect color match. If it doesn't look perfect on your end of things, then I highly recommend scheduling an eye doctor appointment immediately, because in real life, flawless. Okay, here's a brief update. Solenoid driver, MPU, some old crappy standoffs and some rusty screws are all removed, and I've decrustified things for the most part. I removed these wire clips. There's a lot of fuzz underneath, and that's not on there as good as it could be. Yeah, a lot of white, fuzzy, crusty, I don't know if it's alkaline damage or just generic crud, but I busted out all kinds of tools, and green scrubby and purple scrubby, and I got some new standoffs here and there. And oh right, there's a screw missing here. I gotta find a replacement for that. But oh yeah, the other thing is I found a little family of friends. I think they're all long gone, but there's one under there. 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 of them. But yeah, they look like they've gone to Spidey heaven. But I'm gonna give this a good vacuum. I'll probably take my Dremel and kind of go over some of that rust a little bit and clean this up and install some boards. Okay, I thought it would be prudent to actually remove the other boards. We'll do a little bit of an inspection on these boards maybe later, but I did notice some crust there. I don't know if that's the capacitor exploding upon itself or just leakage from above. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention that I found like another fudging 50 spider friends when vacuuming up all in here. I think they may have lived up in behind here once upon a time. There, a bunch more. But I didn't see a single one of them move, so that's good. But they were all up in the displays. They were everywhere, all in the wiring harness. This display has got some greenage, so I gotta remember to unplug that one too. Probably unplug all but one display when I power this thing on. How's this one looking? Not too bad. So I heard you can clean these in ultrasonic cleaner, but if you're not careful, you clean the friggin' that green stuff on the back, you clean it right off, or the solder mask or whatever. So I'm not sure I'm gonna try that, but I've got a couple more new standoffs. A lot of them were busted up, and you know, that is a good palette for some board installation. Okay, I just went up for a little dinner break, back down in the basement, and I'm starting to think that now might be a good time to wrap this up, because it is probably getting a little long in the tooth. But look what I brought down. 1 soundboard, 2 soundboard, 3 soundboard. Look, all 3 different color capacitors, and 4 soundboards. One of them should work. Brand new Weebly MPU that will work. An old Space Invaders lamp, driver repaired by me. Should be 100%, just in case that other one is no good. And brand new-ish Alltech solenoid driver board. So with all that stuff there, I think we can get life, and we'll save life for the next episode. So say goodbye, Mr. Pineapple Shenanigans. We'll see y'all on the next one. This was supposed to be a photo.